Hi there, welcome to another Minecraft 1.14 tutorial. My name is ShadowC and today I'm going to be teaching you how to build this amazing crop farm developed by Miras, a ProtoTech member, together with Ray. I think Ray gave a few tips, tips and tricks on how to build this thing. They have been making experiments on how to build the best and most efficient villager crop farm that you can do in 1.14. Now that the lighting system has changed for 1.14, the amazing contraption that LogicalGeekBoy had developed prior no longer is reliable. You may have to work on these systems where you have two villagers. That guy is going to do all the crop farming and stuff, and this guy is going to take the crops from this guy. This guy is going to attempt to share at some point in the day, as this guy is trying. But they're not ever going to be able to give this guy any crops. Instead, they're going to fall down into this waterways that go all the way down here into this hopper where you can do whatever you want with this. Alternatively, you can have a 2 module. So these are 3 villagers per 2 modules. You can have this guy right here. I'm not going to teach you exactly how to build this one, but by looking at this setup right here, you pretty much can make out how this is done. So those are 2 fence posts on either side of the villager. It's an upside down trapdoor right there so that you can keep this guy in place, and this guy is going to be accepting crops from both of the modules right here. They're going to go into these waterways where you later use them for your amazing villager breeder. This is Ray's villager breeder, by the way. You're going to have a link in the description if you want to follow up with the video, or just check the information bubble right here for my block by block tutorial on the villager breeder itself. There you go. And yeah, without further ado, I'm gonna go and start teaching you how to build one of these amazing things. So this is my version of the villager crop farm. I mean, not my version, it's my copy of the villager crop farm. I just did it myself to decide to, check all of the nuisance and quirks of how to do this. I'm gonna teach you how to get this villager here in survival. And also I wanted to show you that you can actually stack these guys up as far as you want. You just make this ceiling right here being the bottom layer of your farm, and then you will just add some farmland right here and build this up. It's really easy. You can do it, there's no problem about that. So I'm just gonna show you how to start with the first module right here, and as you can see, these guys have already been collecting some carrots for me. This is a really amazing contraption. Now there's one contraption that's really similar to this, with the exception that it adds a bell on top. I think somewhere about here, I think. It's been done by LogicalGeekBoy, so I'm gonna leave a link in the description for you to go watch his video. It's basically everything is the same, except that you don't really need the bell on top for these 2 guys to decide to share at some point in the day. And I think the holding cell for this villager right here is also a little bit simpler. But since the contraptions are so look-alike, I'm gonna just leave the description, the link in the description right there for you to go check, because he deserves credit also for the farm. Now, without further ado, let's jump right into the shape of this thing. I'm gonna build up a few blocks. You don't really wanna be so close to the land. I'm gonna do 3 blocks wide right there with concrete, and then I'm going to start building. Now, about here you want stairs. I'm gonna just grab some stairs. I'm gonna do cheap stairs for now, so let's do the sandstone stairs. This should be very easy to do with in early game, so that's what I'm aiming for. So I'm gonna do that, and then I'm gonna add birch trapdoor to the sides like so. And from here we're gonna build 1, 2, 3, 4, and then stairs should be facing this way. And I'm gonna add trapdoor right here, 1 extra, and then our 3 blocks right there. And this is pretty much how the shape goes for the crop farm right here. Now you can have any shape you want, provided it's smaller than this one. The only thing that you're gonna get with smaller surfaces is a slightly lower yield. Now you're gonna have it's gonna be less productive than this one. This I think is one of the biggest shapes that you can have for one farmer. There you go. So if you want to have the best shape, you do it like that. Now I'm gonna put a stair facing this way with the trapdoor right here. Now in the end you end up with something like this. This is a diamond shape space. We're gonna put water in there and farmland in the middle, but before that I am going to extend this one block further down, and this is going to become the ceiling of the lower module. So this is just so that you get some symmetry out of the different floors of the farm. It's not necessary, but it's actually makes your life easier for when you start placing the water blocks when they have to go. So I'm gonna go ahead and fill the entire floor with this and I'll be right back to you. Alright, so we have all of the floor in place right here, and you can see it's a pretty big surface. So you can go ahead, if you want to start smaller, you can build slightly smaller farms right here, but this one will be the one that is most efficient, I think, for, you know, for one villager farm. So I'm gonna get myself some water that I lost. So in the very center of this farm, which I think is, let's see, right here, I'm gonna put a water block and then get some farmland. There you go. And surround the center of this with farmland that is going to get wet. Now, yeah, this is the center, we're okay. And then we're going to waterlog all of the stairs. Just point at the stair block and drop your water. And this is all the water for your farmland. And now what you gotta do is just, you know, I'm just gonna stop the water. It's gonna make your life easier. You're gonna be able to walk around, and once you have this set up right here, you just fill the rest of the farm with farmland and expect that everything gets wet on time. Now I have game ticks faster because I want the crops to grow faster so that we don't have to wait ages, you know, for the carrots to grow. So that's why you're seeing here that all of the farmlands get wet really fast, but you're gonna have to wait a little bit longer for yours to, you know, assume the wet state. All right, so we got our farmland all in place, so it's already wet. Now I'm going to build a cage. I'm gonna build it out of glass because it's really cool watching the villagers doing their stuff right here. So at this time, just go ahead and build a perimeter full of glass surrounding your farmland. There you go. That's all the, well, almost all. I just missed that one. There you go. And now on top of this one, oh, this is one block lower. I almost freaked out. We're gonna just cover this entire thing with white concrete or your block of choice. This is going to be the ceiling of this farm and also the floor of the next module that you're gonna build on top. So go ahead and fill this whole thing with concrete and make a ceiling, and maybe just leave a hole at one side. Let's see which side. I want this one because it's closest to my villager breeder. There you go. That's where you're gonna put the villager in. So temporarily just leave the hole right there. Alright, so this is the ceiling all completed, and now we need to get the lighting in place. So we're gonna use block lightings. For this I'm gonna use the ceiling. So we're gonna count from each of the sides 1, 2, 3 blocks in, and then punch a hole right here. 1, 2, 3, and then punch a hole in the fourth one. 1, 2, 3, punch another hole, and 1, 2, 3, and punch a hole right here. We're gonna have a diamond shape lighting system. And then when I find the middle of this diagonal right here, which is, I think, this block, leave this one alone and then punch a hole right here. And then do the same thing with the 4 places right here, 4 sides of this diamond. Now what you end up with is this sort of shape. It's like a rectangular shape. And then just go ahead and grab your block of choice. I'm gonna use sea lanterns for this. And then just place my sea lanterns here. Now, if you're early in the game and you need a different way of lighting this up, you can just figure it out yourself. You can just use one block up ceiling. You can just push this one block up and then just put little columns right there. I'm gonna show you actually. So let's say I don't have my blocks right here, and so I wanna just put one block here. Just make sure it's one block up, because otherwise the villager is not gonna be able to pathfind correctly. And then you can grab your regular torches and put one torch in each side. It doesn't really matter. What you need to make sure of is that you light this entire surface correctly, so when it is nighttime it's going to be lit up. So there you go. Now on the inside of this farm, I'm going to put a composter right above water right here. Remove this temporary block and farmland again, and then place one sea lantern on top. So there you go. This is the entire surface correctly lit up. And now you need a villager to hop in. Now you don't need beds right here. That's I don't know why, but that's as far as I can go with that. But let's turn real quick into our villager breeder. Now I've did a villager collection system right here. If you want to know how to build one of these, this is fairly simple. It would filter your baby villagers right here. When they grow up, they will stand them in place right here, and then you can collect them with a minecart. But for now I'm just going to use this guy that is right here, and I'm going to build a minecart ways so that we can put him in place. So I'm going to just close this up. Actually we need some room to maneuver, so hopefully that's going to be enough. What you're going to have is a rail going all the way up here. There you go, so that you can get this guy into position. And I'm gonna put a regular rail right here, and then power rails all the way to our destination. We already have our guy right there selected. And what I'm gonna do real quick is, okay, you know what, I'm not gonna do it this way. I'm gonna just temporarily remove this block and make this go this way. There you go. We have our sneaky system right there. And you can automate this, of course. I'm just, letting you know what the concept is. So we power this whole line right here. Make sure all of the rails are powered. That one is unpowered, but I'm just gonna quickly put a lever right here, and it's powered again. Now what I need to do is push this guy all the way until we reach that place right there, and he's gonna just fall into, wow, that was automatic, that was perfect. Now we remove all of these temporary blocks right here, remove the rails, and we can just get rid of all of this. And we need another one, so I'm gonna again put a temporary block right here and just hit this button and get another one of the villagers, and he's gonna be waiting right there for the next turn. So now we have our guy in place. We need to get inside, and I destroy this thing, so let's farm again, and we need to destroy the minecart, and he should get the farmer profession. All right, there you go. This guy doesn't want to be a farmer because this composter was grabbed by that guy over there, so that may happen. If that happens to you, I recommend you add a composter temporarily, make this guy a farmer, then remove this one, place it again. Hopefully he's going to stay a farmer. I'm gonna replace these blocks right here, and then I'm gonna help this guy with some carrots. Now you can plant potatoes, you can plant carrots, you can plant wheat as well, beetroot I think. Now I have game tick very high, so these carrots I'm gonna grow really fast. But basically I'm gonna help this guy. I'm gonna plant the entire surface, and he's gonna help me as well. He's gonna be, collecting the crops right there and planting. Now it's really important that your villagers are brand new, that they don't have anything else in their inventory, otherwise they might, you know, mess with your farm trying to plant other things. And also the guide that we're gonna put right here in a second, which needs to get the crops from this guy by sharing. His inventory needs to be empty, so that means that he also needs to be a brand new farmer with nothing in his inventory, which means that the villager breeder is the best contraption you can use to provide your farms with villagers. That's always the case, actually. Alright, so this is our farm, and now I'm going to start building the sharing system by which this villager is going to try sharing crops with another villager with an empty inventory. And this is one that I just gathered with an empty inventory, but the crops are going to fall down to a waterway. So what I'm going to do is just destroy this block right here, put a fence, a trapdoor right there and open it up. That's going to trick the villager into thinking that he can pathfind to his fellow, and then a slab right here. And this is where we're going to have a waterways to deliver the crops to one side. So this is going to be a tube right here. I'm just going to remove these ones which we don't need. Let me just quickly grab a fence gate. So I'm going to put a fence gate in this block right here, open it up. That's where our water is going to stop, and cover this right here and put a block in here like so. And then finally water block this half slab over here, so that is where our items are going to fall and get tossed into the side, where you can do whatever you want with them. For now I'm just going to put a double chest and a hopper facing the chest so that we can, you know, temporarily grab our carrots right there. Alright, so we're gonna add one more glass block right here, so our villager needs to be standing right where this one is at. So we need a fence post right here, so that stopping the items from going into this place, and then a wall of any sort. I'm gonna just do the sandstone wall because I like it. So we put it right here, so where the villager should go. And complete our holding cell, like so. There you go. So our villager should be standing right here. I'm gonna just remove this block and just open this up over there. So we got the fence post. Let's remove this one as well. So we have a little hole right here where our villager needs to drop. Now I'm gonna add some temporary blocks. For now, I think this will be enough. And we're going to conduct our villager into this hole right here with a minecart. So we have our villager prepared, and I'm going to build the ways again, so I'm going to just do it easier this time, and then we can put temporarily or manually put our rail right there. So we're going to push this guy over, and then it's going to gain momentum. There you go, he goes up and falls in. Now we can remove all of these things and just get rid of the minecart, and he's going to, if we nudge him, let's see, I think we need to go in with him. Now he's in, and he's a farmer for some reason. And there you go. Now he's trapped in, and we can just remove all of the scaffolding that we've temporarily made right here. And now we just put a ceiling for him right here, and I think he is in place for crops to start being sharing with the guy. Now at some point during the day I just had daylight cycle on again, but it's approaching nighttime, so I'm just gonna quickly do time set day so that see if this guy is willing to share now. I'm just going to get this tube up. Remember, this tube is going to connect all of your modules, so all of the waterways are going to go sideways into this tube that is going to go all the way down into this hopper right here. Now while this guy is farming, remember you can go as high as you want. just start your next module right here with your land. You know, you get the structure up 2 blocks, and then you can build as many modules as you want, as the ones that you see right here, which is really awesome. And you can farm potatoes and carrots, which are the most useful one. You can also farm for bread if you plant seed right here, which will grow wheat for you. And I think you can also do beetroot as well. They will share beetroot with the guy. We are not going to get the seeds though. An upcoming tutorial for that one is going to be probably next week in my channel. I'm gonna do a little bit more of research. I know it's possible now in 1.14.4. But I'm not sure exactly how to do it yet. Also remember to build a ceiling, probably a glass ceiling on top of each and all of your modules that have villagers in it to protect them from thunderstorms. And also subscribe to my channel for some of Minecraft. Just remember, I do streams from time to time. Just follow me on Twitter. If you want to know when I'm going to be streaming. I'm going to set up a schedule real soon, but most likely I'm going to be streaming only on weekends so that I have more time to do all of my stuff during the week. Okay, there you go. He's in position right there, and he's sharing all of their crops with the other villager, as you just saw right there. They just fell down because of the fence post right there, and we have 20. Wow, we have a lot of carrots going in. Let's see. Wow, more than a stack. Okay, so granted we had our game tick speed set to 1000 so that we always had a fully grown carrot farm. I wanted to speed up the process, but this is pretty much something that you're gonna get with these farms. You're gonna get about 10 to 20 carrots per each of the cycles that this guy decides to share with his companion, and you can pile this up as high as you want. You can also replace this with a fence post, repeat, mirror the entire contraption on the other side and have another full tower right here working. So yeah, so this is pretty much it for the villager crop farm. As you just saw right here, this is a really, really cool design by Miras, also very similar to LogicalGeekBoy as he did for his YouTube channel. Anyways, if you like this block by block tutorial, leave a like or subscribe to my channel for some more Minecraft. And I am working on the survival series on 1.14 where I will be fixing all of my farms to look a little bit more like this. Remember to put a glass ceiling on top of your farm so that you protect your villagers from thunderstorms. And take care and goodbye.